Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of CE Week 2016 from New York City at the Metropolitan Pavilion. The show keeps going on as we enter hour number, we're hitting hour number 4. And finally, I have a product sitting to my left that I took one look at it. I didn't know if it was an upside down coffee maker, a Bluetooth speaker. I was stumped. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. What am I looking at?
Well, Jason, thank you. Today what we're having, we're displaying, and we've launched this over the last 2 months, is a MOSCLEAN, which is our brand name, Mosquito Trap. Essentially, what it does is it mimics what the human being gives off and attracts mosquitoes. It emits UV light in that spectrum in LEDs, and also creates a minute amount of CO2. Those two are 2 of the 3 elements that mosquitoes hunt for when they look for human beings or other animals as predators. When the mosquitoes then come into the proximity, there's a fan that's integrated into the unit that pulls the mosquitoes down into the reservoir where they are dehydrated and die eventually.
Now, I mean, we're here in New York. You're from South Carolina, right? So all these East Coast summers, we're hitting it the end of June. I believe the summer solstice was like 2 days ago.
Sure.
And it gets so humid, it is unbearable to be outside. Now, growing up, I remember, that big old metal wired thing, and it had, the UV light in the middle. This is certainly nicer looking. It's about, I don't know, a third of the size of those old units. So many questions. First of all, can this be used indoors, or is this just an outdoor product?
No, it is both. There's a model indoor and outdoor. You can use both models for both purposes. The indoor model is more aesthetically pleasing for a kitchen area, for a patio, for a living room.
What am I looking at? Is the indoor outdoor?
You're looking at the standard unit, which is both indoor and outdoor.
Okay. Now, it emits CO2. Is that dangerous to use indoors?
No, the levels are as much CO2 as we admit in this discussion.
Okay, perfect. So with that out of the way, a unit this size, I put it outdoors, how much area is this covering?
Typically when we talk about area, we really speak about at what point will the mosquitoes be attracted to the device. Typically in a 1/4 acre piece of property, it'll suffice. So it does have a pretty broad coverage considering both the size and the price point.
So, I mean, if I hung this, in theory, right by my house, outdoors, just sort of in that, we got the nice porch in the backyard, and I hung this over there. I mean, how far can I walk away from the unit?
Oh, what you'll find is, first, when you go to take the reservoir off, which is fairly simple and straightforward, you'll find it full of bugs. Now, it doesn't stop new bugs from entering your space, but what it does is it does capture the bugs that are in that vicinity that actually see the light or are attracted by the CO2. Typically, you'll find an area, I would say probably 30 to 50 feet in diameter or a square radius.
What is the difference? Where is this, and we've been talking about this a lot so far on day 1 here, but where this technology, it's not new in the sense that there have been bug zappers out there for as long as I can remember. So what's new about this? How has it progressed?
Well, a few things. First, we manufacture the LEDs ourselves. We're the 4th largest LED manufacturer in the world. So we own the technology. We have over 11,000 patents in our portfolio. And we use a lot of that technology in the intensity of the LEDs themselves. And also historically, as you're speaking, there's been a very broad spectrum. You probably have a bulb in your bug zapper of sorts, and you use an electrostatic field to kill the bugs afterwards. We use LEDs, so the power consumption is much less. It's green, you don't have mercury, you don't have bulbs involved. In addition to that, the price point is much different. And we did a study down at the University of Florida, Gainesville, by Professor Kohler, where he determined that this particular unit was, for the Zika virus mosquito species, was 13 times more efficient or effective than the CDC standard.
13 times, that's incredible.
That's amazing, it really is.
Where does one of those traditional bug zappers sit in that spectrum?
What we found in our data was we are 3 to 13 times better.
I mean, that's incredible.
It is amazing.
Now, is this product available now? Can I buy
It is. We're marketing it through Amazon. The price point is $49.95, and we've had some really great success. And we really launched this product in the last 2 months. As a follow-up, we have new products that will be emerging. One for the equestrian market that has, instead of a plastic reservoir, has a larger net. So you can leave it outdoors for longer periods of time for the entire summer. Typically, I find that you need to clean this every 48 to 72 hours.
And what's involved in that?
You first turn it off.
Well, that's pretty easy. So, I mean, this is a fairly large reservoir. You're saying that this will fill up?
No, it won't fill up. What'll happen is you'll have a layer of insects on the bottom. So, depending on how sensitive you are to have a lot of dead insects in your bug zapper, you want to leave it out for a week, you can leave it out for a week. It does get a little messy after a week, though.
All right, and I see it hangs very easily. It has a hole on top. Just
very simple to maintain.
Does it come with some type of mounting?
Yes, it does. It does come with a hook.
What could be better? So check this out on Amazon?
Amazon, yes.
And what do I just search for?
You search for MOSCLEAN, and our technology is Violeds.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And there you have it. It's not just, headphones and TVs here. We got the latest technology in killing mosquitoes. I want to try one of these out, take it home, because I live out in Long Island, man, and we got some mosquitoes out there.
I live in Port Jeff, so I do too.
There you go. Stay tuned for more. We'll be back. BeTerrific Live, CE Week 2016 from New York City at the Metropolitan Pavilion. We'll be right back.